The United Nations estimates that in order to cap global warming at 2 degrees Celsius, we can only burn 565 more gigatons of carbon. Fossil fuel companies are estimated to have 2,795 gigatons of carbon reserves, which they plan on extracting. Hundreds of institutions, especially universities, across the US and around the world have begun divestment campaigns aimed at divesting institutional funds away from the fossil fuel industry in favor of sustainable investment in renewable energy. These campaigns have been met with resistance time and time again. After 1,000 Harvard students, alumni, and faculty participated in rallies, protests, and sit-ins, they were told, "We always appreciate hearing from students about their viewpoints, but we are not considering divesting from companies related to fossil fuels." The majority of college campaigns, including those at Cornell, Middlebury, Brown, Bowdoin, and Tulane, have been met with similar responses, seemingly dead ends. A few colleges, including Hampshire, Unity, and Stanford, have actually achieved fossil fuel divestment. Though some may argue that socially responsible investment portfolios that focus on sustainability may even outperform the average portfolio in the long run, many institutions are focused on the current success and profitability of the fossil fuel industry. But what is vital to the continued action and vigor of divestment campaigns lies not in their specific financial goals, but in their vast power to create social change. In the words of American University's Paul Wapner, "Even if all of higher education shifted its institutional endowments, the financial value of energy holdings would change little. But divestiture and green investment involve taking a stance so people come to see the production of fossil fuels as morally unacceptable. It is equally important that divestment campaigns stigmatize the fossil fuel industry by raising public awareness of how corporations are placing profit over the survival of every human being on the planet through fossil fuel extraction." Universities should not just be intellectual forces in society, but also moral forces. Past divestment campaigns from apartheid perpetrators and the tobacco industry have been successful financially and in stigmatization. But never before has the world faced an issue like climate change, which affects almost every aspect of society and necessitates the mobilization of every human being on the planet. Not only can divestment campaigns create a dialogue about climate change on college campuses, they can force climate change back onto the nation's political agenda. In the words of climate activist Bill McKibben, "Climate change is the greatest intellectual and moral problem in human history," which, if you think about it, is precisely the reason we have colleges and universities.